We've got the topic of the week, and this week the topic is: should we be dating our co-workers, our boss, or our clients? Yes. Now, before you all answer that, those of you who don't know the telephone number, it's 0871 990 4841. I repeat, 0871 990 4841. And we want to hear from you. Should we be dating our bosses, our co-workers, or our clients? Ladies, should we?
Oh, I don't know if it's a good idea to mix business with pleasure, which is essentially what you'd be doing. I don't know. I don't think
you should. I mean, I don't think you should, but I think it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if anyone's watching there who's thinking, of doing it...
That's me.
I think you should really proceed with caution, I think, because it can actually end quite messily. Let's think Bill Clinton.
I spoke to a lot of guys about this, and they were all very positive about...
I'm sure they were.
Okay, I'll give you one example. How did Bill Gates meet his wife, Melinda? At the office.
His what?
His wife, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Yes, she was a Microsoft employee.
Okay.
So, I mean, it can happen, and you're more likely to meet someone in the office.
What about you, Di? What do you think?
I don't think it's a very good idea. I mean, a lot of people do sleep their way to the top to get what they want. But, like Sophie says, it can end in disaster.
Where do you draw the line? You've just had a nice weekend, with your lover, stroke boss, stroke co-worker. You come into work, you're supposed to be heads down, doing what you're doing, what you're getting paid for. Where do you draw the line?
I don't think we should look at it so harshly, because you could just be working alongside someone and you just get on and things just happen organically.
Do you want to confess? No, I mean, I guess it's one of those situations where it can be totally innocent and it may not impact your career. But on the flip side, there is a darker side, and it really can. Yeah. And I think especially if you're dating someone who's senior for you, after the romance is fizzled out, potentially that person could make your job very difficult.
Yeah, I think you have to go into it with your eyes open, and I think you also need to think about what is the office culture. Is inter-office relationships, is it encouraged, is it discouraged? I was talking to someone at the weekend, and at the top they even keep information from their sales agents so that they're not giving information to the vendors so that they can get quick, inside information on contracts.
Right.
So how would they feel about inter-office relationships? I don't know. And certainly clients, I think, is a big no-no. I don't really think you should enter into relationships with clients. That really is... Well, again, it depends on the situation, doesn't it?
Well, we've got a caller on the line. I believe we've got Anne. Hello, Anne, are you there?
Yes.
Hello, Anne, what's your opinion on this?
My opinion about it's to do with the relationship with clients and co-workers. I don't really see it as something really entertaining to work, because I somehow it does affect the job. But some people are truly in love, and basically you can't stop it completely. But if you ask me generally, I think if they can abstain from having an established relationship, they should, because it does help the job better. Otherwise, if they're meant to be, why not? So 80% I would say I don't support the idea. And then 20% yes, if they're strictly doing their job and as relationship grows, they can have what they want to have privately, that's fine.
So would you also advocate proceeding with caution?
And did you hear that? Sophie was asking, would you also proceed with caution? And okay, and we've got another caller. So Anne's just gone, but we've got another one. Hello there, caller.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Romford.
Okay, lovely to join us. So what's your opinion?
Well, I don't think it's wise to have a relationship with your co-worker or your boss, because when the relationship ends, it affects the business. And I'm speaking personally about that because I own a business, and two of my employees sort of fell in love. And when they both fell out of love, it was my business that suffered.
That's a very interesting point.
They both end leaving the business.
Wow. Oh, so just hold the line for us there. Don't disappear. So ladies, what do you think about that? Because he's talking about from the business standpoint, and there are real ramifications. I mean, what's your opinions?
Well, I think it can be distracting as well. I think that's one thing. I've never known it affect a business in that way, but perhaps, as you know, maybe like the caller was saying, a smaller business maybe perhaps,
Definitely. I mean, you can just imagine the dynamics, can't you, in a smaller business?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if people, like the caller just said, fell in love and then fell out of love, you know, the dynamics, the atmosphere. You know, sometimes when you walk in a room and you just get a sense of something, something's gone wrong, I can just imagine that won't be a positive environment to work in.
But if people conduct themselves professionally, that shouldn't occur.
Does that always happen?
I mean, that was an extreme case.
But when you know what it's like, so when your emotions take over, you know, your heart's just been broken, you can barely focus on your work, you know, let alone focus on your work, knowing that the person that's just broken your heart is in the room or next door to you.
You might behave slightly rationally.
Might.